Amina wakes up early in her small crowded home in Kibera, Nairobi's largest slum. She helps her mom prepare breakfast, then takes care of her younger siblings before heading to school. At school, her teacher calls her aside with big news. She won a full scholarship to an elite high school. Amina is overjoyed, but also nervous. She rushes home to tell her family. Her parents are proud, but also anxious about how Amina will fit in at such a different school. They celebrate with a simple dinner, and Amina goes to bed, dreaming of her new future. Amina spends her last few days in Kibera, saying goodbye to friends and neighbors. She feels excited, but also sad to leave the only place she's ever known. Her best friend Fatuma, who won't be joining her at the new school, gives Amina a small necklace as a reminder of their friendship. Amina's mom gives her a long talk, reminding her to stay true to herself, work hard, and never forget where she came from. On the bus ride to her new school, Amina feels a mix of emotions: excitement, fear, and determination. Amina arrives at the elite high school and is immediately overwhelmed. The campus is huge, the buildings are clean and shining, and the other students look wealthy and confident. Amina is assigned a room with Sophie, a friendly and quirky girl, and Zara, a popular girl who quickly dismisses Amina as just the scholarship girl. Amina tries to make a good first impression, but she feels out of place and self-conscious about her simple clothes and strong accent. She promises herself she will work hard and proves she belongs here. During her first lunch in the grand cafeteria, Amina watches as the rich kids gather in their cliques. Zara, who seems to rule the school, sits at the center of attention, surrounded by her loyal friends. Amina feels even more like an outsider when Zara mocks her in front of everyone. Amina notices Daniel, a charming boy who doesn't seem interested in the school drama. He teases Amina about being the scholarship girl, but she senses there is more to him than meets the eye. Amina tries to focus on her food, feeling more determined than ever to prove herself. Amina's first week of classes is tough. The teachers are strict, the workload is heavy, and the other students seem to have been taught things she's never ever heard of. Amina feels lost in her classes, especially when the teachers calls on her and she stumbles over her words. She spends every evening in the library trying to catch up. Despite her efforts, Amina feels alone and doubts whether she belongs. She notices how easily her classmates fit in, and she feels the weight of being different. Amina throws herself in her studies, spending long hours in the library to keep up. She finds comfort in numbers and equations, which don't judge her or make her feel out of place. Amina's teachers notice her dedication, but Amina is too focused on her own shortcomings to feel proud of her work. One day, Sophie invites Amina to help with a class project. They bond over their shared love of reading. Sophie, unlike the other rich kids, doesn't care about popularity. She takes Amina to the school's art studio, a quiet place where students can paint, draw, and create. Amina feels relaxed there, away from the pressure of school and the judgmental stares. Sophie becomes Amina's first true friend at school, offering her a safe space to be herself. They laugh and joke together, and Amina starts to feel a little less alone. Amina runs into Daniel in the library. He's sitting alone, reading a book, and they strike up a conversation. Daniel teases Amina, but he's not mean, just playful. They talk about their favorite books, and Amina realizes that Daniel isn't just a troublemaker. He's smart, funny, and seems to understand what it's like to feel out of place. They share a moment of connection, but Amina quickly pulls back, wary of getting too close. Still, she can't help but feel drawn to him, and she wonders what his story really is. Zara's dislike for Amina grows when Amina beats her in a class test. Zara, used to being the best, feels threatened and decides to make Amina's life difficult. She spreads rumor, making Amina feel even more isolated. When they paired for a debate in class, Zara tries to embarrass Amina, but Amina stays calm and delivers a strong argument, earning the respect of her teacher. Amina receives a letter from home saying that her dad is unwell and that things are tough financially. Amina feels guilty and misses her family deeply. She knows her family are hardworking and try to support her, and she doesn't want to let them down. Amina calls her mom, who reassures her that they are proud of her and tells her to keep studying hard. Amina hangs up, feeling determined, but also heavy with the weight of her family's sacrifice. She vows to make everything they've given up worth it. As workload becomes overwhelming, she spends late nights studying, skips meal, and barely gets any sleep. The stress starts to affect her health. She's tired all the time and finds it hard to focus. Amina's grades start slipping, and her teachers notice her exhaustion. Amina brushed off their concern, convinced she has to push through on her own. She doesn't want anyone to think she's not capable, but deep down, she feels like she's drowning. Amina gets invited to a party by some of her classmates. She doesn't really want to go, but she feels pressure to fit in. At the party, Amina feels completely out of place. The house is huge and everyone is dressed in expensive clothes. Amina watches as her classmates drink and joke around, feeling like an outsider. Amina goes to another party, hoping it will be better, but it's worse. She sees Zara and her friends acting wild, and Daniel arguing with some other boys. Amina realized that even the rich kids have their own problems, hidden beneath their expensive clothes and fancy life. Amina and Daniel end up talking outside, away from the noise. They share stories about their families, and Amina finds comfort in their quiet conversation. She starts to see Daniel differently, as someone who, like her, is just trying to figure things out. Amina and Daniel start meeting in secret spots around the school, like the library or the art studio. They talk about everything, their families, their dreams, and their fears. Amina finds that Daniel listens to her in a way no one else does. She begins to feel happier when she's with him, but she knows they have to keep their friendship a secret. Amina does not want to give anyone more reasons to judge her, and she's afraid of what might happen if their relationship is discovered. Rumors start spreading about Amina and Daniel. Amina is upset, feeling like everyone is watching her and judging her. Zara makes things worse by spreading more gossip, saying Amina is only interested in Daniel because of his money. Amina feels trapped and embarrassed. She's worried about how this will affect her scholarship and her standing as Daniel tries to comfort her, but Amina is scared that their friendship is causing more harm than good. One evening, Amina and Daniel stay late in the library, studying together. They talk and laugh. Then, in a quiet moment, they kiss. Amina is surprised by how right it felt, but is immediately filled with fear. She knows that this changes everything. Amina pulls away, unsure of what to do next. Daniel tries to reassure her, but Amina is scared of what their relationship might cost her. She realized that she has to make a choice between following her heart and protecting her future. Amina struggles to balance her studies, her friendship with Sophie, and her secret romance with Daniel. She starts missing study sections. Her grades continues to fall. Amina feels guilty for neglecting her responsibility and knows she's letting down the people who believes in her. Sophie notices Amina's change and tries to reach out, but Amina is too caught up in her problems to fully respond. Amina feels like she's losing control of everything that matters to her. Amina and Daniel sneak out late one night, hoping to get some time alone. They are almost caught by a teacher patrolling the halls, but they manage to hide. Amina's heart races as she thinks about what will happen if they were discovered. The close call scares her, and she argues with Daniel about the risk they are taking. Amina starts to think that maybe being with Daniel is too dangerous, but she doesn't know how to let go of the one thing that makes her feel understood. Zara sets a trap for Amina during a class presentation, giving her wrong information to make her look foolish. Amina is nervous but stays calm, using her quick thinking to turn the situation around. She impresses the class, the teachers, earning praise despite Zara's efforts. Amina feels a small victory, but she knows that Zara will never stop trying to bring her down. This win makes Amina more determined to stay strong, no matter what Zara does. Amina's parents hear about her sleeping grades and call her, worried about how she's coping. Amina's mom reminds her of the sacrifices they've made to support her education, and Amina feels a deep sense of guilt. She knows she's being distracted and she decides to make a change. Amina tells Daniel that they need to take a break so she can focus on her study. It's a painful decision, but Amina knows it's the right one for her and her family. Sophie discovers Amina's secret relationship with Daniel and feels hurt that Amina kept it from her. They have a big argument and Sophie tells Amina that she's changed. Amina feels terrible and realizes she's been pushing away the people who care about her the most. She misses Sophie's friendship and feels more alone than ever. Amina's tried to apologize, but Sophie needs time to forgive her. Amina's grade dropped even more and she put on academic probation. She feels embarrassed and scared that she might lose her scholarship. Amina spends all her time in the library trying to catch up, but she feels overwhelmed. Her teachers notice her struggling, but Amina is too afraid to ask for help. She feels like she's failing everyone, her family, her friends, and herself. Daniel's own problems come to a head when he gets into a fight at school and is temporarily expelled. His relationship with his father worsens and Daniel feels lost. He confides in Amina, but she's too overwhelmed by her own issues to support him fully. They argue and Daniel accuses Amina of caring more about her grades than their relationship. Amina realizes that they are both hurting and struggling to find their way. One of Amina's teachers, Miss Camille, notices that Amina is having a tough time and offers to help her. Miss Camille shares her own story of overcoming challenges and gives Amina advice on how to manage her stress. She helps Amina make a study plan and encourages her to take care of herself. Amina starts to feel more hopeful and slowly begins to regain control of her academics. Miss Camille's guidance makes Amina realize that she doesn't have to go through everything alone. During a private talk, Amina opens up to Miss Camille about her secret relationship with Daniel, her family struggles, and her fear of failing. Miss Camille listens without judgment and reminds Amina that it's okay to make mistakes. She tells Amina that she's stronger than she knows and that she deserves happiness too. Amina feels a huge weight lifted off her shoulders and starts to see things differently. She decides to make changes in her life to focus on what really matters. Daniel comes back to school, having decided to change his ways. He apologizes to Amina and tells her he's working on his issues. They have a long talk and decides to be friends, instead of trying to make their relationship work. It's a tough choice, but they both know it's the right one. They promise to support each other as they grow, separately but still connected by their shared experience. Amina and Sophie finally make up, and Sophie forgives Amina for keeping secrets. Amina feels relieved to have her best friend back. They spend time catching up and talking about everything that has happened. Sophie helps Amina find balance and reminds her that it's okay to lean on others. Amina feels grateful for Sophie's friendship and vows to never take it for granted again. Amina is asked to help organize the school's big fundraiser, which will raise money for a local charity. She throws herself into the work, planning events and managing the details. The fundraiser is a huge success, and Amina earns praise from students and teachers alike. For the first time, Amina feels recognized not just for her academics, but for her leadership and creativity. She realizes that she is more than just a scholarship student. She is a leader. Amina and Daniel have a serious conversation about their futures. They both admit that they've been trying to hold on to something that isn't working anymore. They decided to officially end their romantic relationship and focus on their own paths. It's a bittersweet moment, but Amina feels at peace. She knows that it's time to move forward, and she is ready to let go of the past. Zara surprises Amina by revealing her own struggles with pressure and anxiety. She apologizes for being mean and admits she was jealous of Amina's strength and intelligence. They started to get along, working together on a school project. Amina sees a different side of Zara, and they form a tentative friendship. Amina learns that people are more complicated than they seem, that everyone has their own battles. Amina's father's health worsened, and Amina has to spend more time at home, helping her family. She juggles school, work, and family duties, feeling pulled in every direction. Amina feels stressed, but also determined not to give up. Her parents' love and support for her gives her the strength to keep going. Amina is choosing to represent her school in an academic decathlon, a big competition where students show off their knowledge in various subjects. Amina feels the pressure but is excited to compete. She studies hard and leads her team to victory, showing everyone just how smart and capable she is. Amina feels proud of herself and realizes that all her hard work is paying off. Daniel shows up at a decathlon to cheer Amina on, staying quietly at the back. After the event, they talk briefly and Amina feels grateful for his support. They smile, knowing that they both have grown and changed. Daniel's presence is a reminder that even though their relationship has ended, their bond is still important. Amina's team win the decathlon and she's awarded a small scholarship. She decides to use the money to help her family with medical bills and expenses. Amina's parents are proud of her, and Amina feels like she's finally giving back to the people who have always supported her. She realizes that success isn't just about winning, it's about helping those you care. Amina is offered an internship at a well-known tech company. It's a big opportunity, but it comes with challenges. Amina struggles to balance her schoolwork, the internship, and her responsibilities at home. She feels overwhelmed at times, but knows that this is her chance to learn and grow. Amina's busy schedule is exhausting, but she's excited about the new possibilities. Amina's packed schedule starts to affect her relationship, and she has to choose between taking a full-time job at the tech company or continuing her education. She loves learning and knows that more education will open doors, but the job will provide financial stability. After a lot of thought, Amina decides to keep studying. She knows it's a sacrifice, but she feels it's the right path for her. Amina learns that sometimes the hardest choices are the ones that shape who you are. Amina throws herself into her studies and her internship. Determined to make the most of every opportunity, she starts applying for scholarships to study abroad. Excited about what lies ahead, Amina feels more focused and confident, knowing that she is in control of her own future. She reconnects with her family and friends, finding joy in the simple moments she has once overlooked. Amina joins a student group focused on educational quality. She starts speaking at meetings, sharing her story, and advocating for change. Amina realizes that her voice matters, and she feels proud to stand up for what she believes in. She finds a new passion in helping others, knowing she can make a difference. Through her advocacy work, Amina meets other students who share her passion for change. She forms new friendships and learns about different backgrounds and perspectives. Amina feels energized by these new connections and loves being part of a community that's working to make things better. She starts to see herself as a leader, not just a student. Daniel surprises Amina by attending one of her advocacy events. They catch up afterwards, talking about their lives and their dreams. Daniel tells Amina about his new project, helping troubled youth in the city. Amina is happy to see Daniel following his own path, and they part with smiles, knowing they both come a long way. Amina and Daniel still stay in touch, rebuilding their friendship without the complications of romance. They support each other's goals and share advice. Amina feels grateful for their bond and is glad they can still be there for each other, even from a distance. Their friendship is easy and comforting, a reminder of how far they've grown. Amina's scholarship is at risk due to budget cuts, and she fights to keep it. She organizes meetings, gathers support from other students, and speaks at a school board meeting, making a strong case for why scholarship matter. Amina refuses to give up, knowing that this is bigger than just her. It's about giving opportunities to students like her. Her fight is inspiring, and she gains even more respect from her peers. Zara steps up to help Amina save the scholarship program. She uses her family connections and organizes a fundraiser, surprising everyone with their dedication. Amina and Zara work together, putting their differences aside. Amina's activism gains attention, and she's invited to speak at a national education conference. She shares her journey and the challenges of being a scholarship student from a poor background. Amina presents a proposal to the school board for a mentorship program to support students from diverse backgrounds. She outlines her vision, explaining how mentorship can help new students feel welcome and supported. The proposal is accepted, and Amina feels proud to leave a lasting impact on her school. She knows that she's helped pave the way for others who will come after her. As graduation day nears, Amina reflects on her journey. She spends her last days of school enjoying time with friends, teachers, and her favorite places on campus. Amina feels a mix of pride and sadness, knowing that this chapter of her life is ending, but she's excited for what comes next. She's grateful for all the experiences that have shaped her. On graduation day, Amina's family shows up to celebrate her achievements. Her parents, siblings, and even her neighbors from Kibera all are there, cheering her on. Amina delivers her speech, thanking everyone who supported her and encouraging her classmates to follow their dreams. She feels a deep sense of pride and happiness. Amina's valedictorian speech is full of great gratitude and reflection. She talks about the challenges she faced and the lessons she learned about friendship, perseverance, and self-worth. Amina's words are heartfelt and inspiring, and she received a standing ovation. She knows this is just the beginning of her journey. Amina receives an offer to study abroad on a full scholarship. She accepts, feeling thrilled about the new adventure. Her family supports her decision, and Amina feels ready to take on the world. She's eager to learn more, meet new people, and keep growing. Before leaving, Amina returns to her own neighborhood, reconnecting with friends and spending time with her family. She visits her old school and thanks her teachers for their support. Amina feels proud of where she comes from and promises to always give back to her community. Amina boards the plane to her new life, filled with hope and excitement. She looks out the window, knowing that her story is far from over. Amina feels ready to face whatever challenges comes her way, knowing that she has strength, the courage, and the heart to make her dream come true.